So, what is our plan for getting the materials? Are we just gonna sit in the school and wait?
I think that we were going to, look for clues, I guess.
I mean, we could always check the school system. Like, they have cameras.
The problem isn't you knowing how to do the tech or getting in there. The problem is touching the tech.
Terry, would you like to come with me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm going to school for technology.
Okay, but isn't Rosie the tech whiz in our group? Shouldn't Rosie go?
Apparently, I'm too pretty.
She's big and fluffy and pink. She's pretty and would draw a lot of attention.
So, what's the plan for getting Tessie over the fence?
Check this out. She just, free willy leaps over the fence.
Alright, well, I go through the security cameras. Who's doing the crime besides us?
So you pop it in to the Fox TV, rewind it to where you think might be about nighttime. There's that, storeroom where they keep all the old event supplies and stuff. And yeah, you notice, somebody kind of hulking and in a hoodie that's, pulled down. At one point in the night, they open the door and come in and, grab some stuff and then, really quickly head out. Tessie and Rosie, you see a car pull up to the parking lot of the school.
Oh god, we didn't make plans for this.
He gets out of his car and he starts heading towards the school. He reaches the door, pulls out some keys.
Rosie bursts out of the bush.
Tessie bursts out of the bush with Rosie.
Mr. Parker, can you help us, please?
Hey, Mr. Parker, we need help with a thing that Rosie is gonna say.
Yeah, me and Tessie lost track of time and we got locked in. So, did you guys actually find anything, or?
Oh yeah, that thing we were here for.
Oh, we found something.
Why do blobfish exist? What a cursed animal.
They're not supposed to be that squishy. It's like pulling out a jellyfish.
That's like if you put a human in space, saw what, zero power did to them, and was just like, that's what humans look like.
Yeah.
Or all those drawings of dinosaurs, and then someone had a dinosaur artist draw what they thought an animal looked like, and it was this horrifying monstrosity, and they're like, well, I gave you the skeleton of a cow, and that's super not what cows look like.
Oh yeah, wow, it looks so nice compared to...
This is cursed!
They're horrifying outside of
we
water.
We just want to start the game!
Yeah, wow! They really did fuck them up!
They really do just kind of deflate.
Cool.
Sorry.
It's because they get extreme tissue damage.
I wanted to start out the session.
Yeah!
I would love that. I'm dying.
I'm sorry, but I want to talk about blobfish.
Do blobfish count as a cryptid? No. Let's continue.
I push back immediately. Blobfish are as cryptid as normal animals come. How dare you?
Great.
Have you ever seen a blobfish in real life?
This is the best intro to the session. I wanted to start it off serious, but let's keep that about the blobfish. Okay. I did have a question for you guys.
Yes.
To kind of set the mood of nostalgia. Do you ever, pass by a very specific place in, say, your hometown where you grew up, and you've got, one or two good memories associated with that specific place, and you kind of wish, maybe you had visited it more and made it a tradition instead of just, one good day there?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to say no on that one, but that's mostly
No?
because if I made a tradition, if my family made a tradition out of it, then it wouldn't be special anymore. It wouldn't be, because if we had always gone to that place all the time, then I wouldn't have just that one memory of that place. I would have a whole bunch of memories, and then there would be bound to be one memory that would not be very good. So,
in the words of Into the Woods, remember that you've had an and when you back to or makes the or mean more than it did before.
I said no because I moved around too much to ever have one of those places.
Interesting.
Okay, also fair. I've moved 21 times in my life, and I'm like 21 years
Oh,
old.
Jesus. That's more than I have. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah, so... No,
that's completely opposite of what I would, but sure.
I don't know.
agree with
I've
you.
never had like a place that I would want to become a tradition, but I do have like places where a fun thing happened and it's a really nice memory that I like to look back on. Like,
Yeah.
Riley and I used to go to Osaka a lot, and like, what was that place right across the street, Riley? That was like a newspaper place or whatever. And like one day it was missing a letter. And so we just kept repeating the word with the missing letter, and it was so funny to us for some reason. And the next time we went, it was missing another letter.
Yeah, it was the breakfast cafe and the Osaka sushi place, because like they're both on Main Street,
Yeah.
and across on the other side is the is our town newspaper. But for a bit there, letters were just falling off the sign, and we would make a tradition of like every time we would go, we'd look out the window and try and say the name of the newspaper place, but with the missing letters added in.
So yeah, I guess it was a tradition.
Yeah, no. Mainly because that doesn't really happen.
I think back to, I believe it was Reese's birthday.
Oh.
We were hanging out, and we convinced everyone to download Pokemon Go, and then we walked to the park.
No, that was, I think, it wasn't my birthday. I think that was, your birthday, I think.
Was it my birthday?
I absolutely was your birthday.
Yeah, our birthdays are very close. I can understand the mix-up, but it was your birthday because we were at your guys' place.
Yeah.
They're
You're
not
right.
as close as Rowan's and my birthdays, though.
It's not. It sure is not.
When is Matt?
July 20th, the day after Rowan's.
Oh, shit. You're also really close to me, though. I'm 23.
Fair.
Speaking of Matthew's birthday, though, sure would have been nice if we could have gone to that planetarium more often.
Is it planetarium?
There's a what?
In
Yeah.
Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
in
was like,
Salt Lake.
I was about to be like, where?
There's a planetarium in Woodland?
There's
what?
a free planetarium, and because Matthew's birthday is on the anniversary of the moon landing, we went to it for his birthday.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
my 20th birthday was on the 50th anniversary of the moon landing.
Oh,
Dude.
shit. That sounds cool.
Yeah, you guys are literally like, the people in this group chat are literally the only people besides me that give a shit about that. Like, I think it's super cool, but I
That's
have
dope!
not a single, every person I've told about that, they just have been like, okay.
Dude, I wish my birthday was on the moon landing.
Then you look them dead in the eye and you say, if it wasn't for me being born, they wouldn't have landed on the moon. You're welcome.
30 years before I was born, you're right.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, because if it wasn't your birthday, then it wouldn't be a day. And then all the things that happened on that day didn't happen.
You're right. That's how every day has come into existence. That's why there's only 365 people on the Earth.
You know what? Is anyone else here born on their birthday? Because I was.
Yeah, I
Wow.
actually was born on the due date. I was born on my due date, which is really rare for a first child. For like the
That
first one.
wasn't-
Nah, man, I wasn't
Um,
born on my birthday.
Sadly, I was never born.
Neither of my parents showed up for my birthday.
Ah.
Epic reference.
Were you removed or were you born?
I was
Something.
willed into existence.
So,
You jumped out of your father's head like Athena.
I would like to say my only claim to my birthday is that's the day One Direction formed when I was 10. So
Oh my
that's
god.
the only claim to
Oh,
fame.
you've outed yourself in the worst possible way on this podcast.
Riley!
One Direction's not that bad.
alright. Well, back into nostalgia.
Yeah, oh my gosh, we're doing a podcast!
Is there anywhere in nostalgia that might have been one of these kinds of places?
Hold on.
Oh.
There's a spirit point in it for anyone who can think of something.
I think, of the... So there's a car repair shop, so that means there's obviously gonna be, like, a car junkyard. Because, like, what happens when a car is just beyond repair? where does that go?
I mean, you could take it elsewhere. Sorry, not to shut down your idea, not to say no in improv.
Well, I'm thinking
but...
of like cryptid. I'm thinking of like cryptid standards. How many cryptid solid towns can we like bring our car to because it's junk?
That's
without...
fair.
So I would say, at least on Dare's end, the car junkyard.
Yeah. So I'm gonna add on to that because it's not a big town. It's probably not like a full junkyard full of cars, but there's probably like decent, maybe 5 or 6 from over the years.
More like a dead parking lot.
Yeah. Do you want to go more into what are some good memories you have associated with this place and traditions that you either made or wish you could have made?
Dare really kind of likes it because it was one of the places that like if there was like tailgate parties, but it wasn't like the really super rowdy ones. It was like a super chill tailgate parties where like even people who weren't like popular could hang out and like everyone would just chill. Sure, some people might have like be the delinquent kids, but it was really just like it was like a cool place to go without parents overlooking everyone.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just kind of like this was the neutral zone in town for like anyone, doesn't matter what like social
like
standing.
The hangout spot.
Yeah, it was the teen hangout spot.
Do you have a name for it? Just the yard? The lot?
It's probably just the junkyard, but I think that that's also bled into the car repair shop. Like the car repair shop probably has its own little fancy name, but the sign has been worn down just from through the years so much that like it's so faded you can't really see the name anymore. So they just call it they call it the junkyard repair for the car repair shop. Because then behind it is the junkyard.
All right.
So that's kind of where Dare has that.
I like that. I'm going to give you a spare point.
Yay!
I got an idea for Rosie's memory.
Yeah?
Yeah, it has to do with the flower shop. I'm trying to figure out what to call it.
Nice. I do have 2 NPCs already made for the flower shop if you'd like to include them in your memory.
Well, I was thinking her parents worked there, and it was like a home-owned store. Shoot. Maybe not that, then? I don't know.
I don't want to get in your way. I can definitely just repurpose these NPCs, but I think you might like my current owner of the flower shop.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say that their mom worked there.
Yeah. But Jamie, please get my reference. Acknowledge my cleverness.
Wait, what did you say?
Just pity laugh,
acknowledge my
please.
cleverness.
Look at the people you know around town. You go down to the bottom, and there's a list of people.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Tell me I'm smart.
You're smart, and I don't like it.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just saw it. Nice.
Is the shop called Feed Me Seymour?
No.
Oh no! I don't like that. I know that.
That's a little too on the nose.
No. For listeners, I'm referring to this NPC I called Audrey, which is a reference to Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors.
I love
It's
it.
glorious.
Is the shop just called Audrey's?
It doesn't have to be.
Audrey's.
I hate it.
Audrey cubed.
You're banished to the Shadow Realm forever.
Anyway, shoot, do I want their mom or their dad to work there?
I mean, there is a moth kid.
Their mom and their mom.
There is a moth kid that does work there, too.
Listen, moths just love working with flowers.
Yeah.
You can't blame them.
They're flowers, yeah.
We're mistaking moths for another insect, but
I was
okay.
about to say.
Well, no, moths like that stuff, too.
Moths got stuff too?
Moths pollinate.
I said they like that stuff, too.
Okay, I just heard moths got stuff too.
Apparently moths pollinate.
Yes,
Apparently.
that is true.
That's why they're so fuzzy.
Wait, how does moth reproduction work? Do you need a male and a female?
Listen, we do not need to go into this. Also,
You know what? It doesn't matter. Rosie has 2 dads.
Yeah!
Honestly,
Yay.
I'm just terrified of every type of like bug, especially like butterflies and moths. Like, I know that was a character trait last time, but like, it's a genuine fear of mine, like a real phobia.
Oh,
I hate it. Like, I've had a butterfly fly in my face and I freaked the fuck out. I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs coming towards me.
So I'm very sorry, because yeah.
it's okay. These are human moths.
so
Better.
I'm gonna say one of Rosie's dads works at the flower shop. I don't know what his name is yet, but he is a lunar moth. Yeah, one of her dads is a Rosie Maple, like Rosie is, and the other is a Luna moth. And I think Rosie used to go there a lot after school, and they would go in, look around the flowers, and they would try to sneak steal one flower, and their dad knows. And after a bit, Dad confronted Rosie and was like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that, but also get this flower. This one's better." And that became kind of a tradition of him helping Rosie choose a good flower to give to Tessie.
Oh, nice.
When did this happen?
Just throughout school.
You've been giving Tessie flowers throughout school?
Yeah.
Well, that just means
Their relationship is gonna.
that has okay. You have painted me in a pretty rough spot because I've been playing her as if she isn't aware of that level of their relationship yet, which implies that she's just dense.
I think
as
Rosie
hell.
has been hiding them. Like they would put it like in their desk or in their locker without like a note or anything because they're too awkward to say anything.
Riley, to be fair, I didn't know my girlfriend was flirting with me until even though she outright said it more than once. So, I've been there, Tessie.
I mean, like, we all say, "Hey, love you guys." So, it's kind of hard when someone says, "Hey, I love you," just as a friend. Yeah?
Also, gays just have a really hard time being like, are you flirting with me in a friend way or gay way?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I think that's Rosie's. I need to name the dads, and we need to figure out a name for the flower shop.
Brian's a good gay dad name.
It is. I don't know why, but it is.
Buford.
Buford is pretty good.
So yeah, that's my memory. I'm gonna work on the dad's names. Am I gonna name the flower shop or you?
You are completely open to naming anything on that list.
Cool.
I'm gonna think of the person that owns the car repair shop who probably hates Dare with all their being, but they can't stop it because they're an older cryptid. So their bones creak and Dare goes through walls. How can they catch a ghost?
Okay, real quick though. I kinda want the owner to be a snallygaster from Maryland.
What language are you speaking?
What in the world
Snallygaster?
is that?
Oh, what?
Oh Lord.
What do they look like? Hold on, I'm looking on my phone. Hold on.
Wait, that's just the first picture is, I'm pretty sure, is just a picture from Tremors.
No, it's not. It's from Fallout.
No, that's from Fallout, yeah.
Oh, okay. It looks like the Tremors monster in the second movie.
Oh god, that's terrible.
So the snallygaster is a sort of dragon, but
Ugh.
in the sense of dragon as you would see like an old medieval painting dragon.
It has so many tongues.
I'm looking at one of these guys carry away a young man.
Yeah, that thing is horrifying.
With one of his many tongues.
Those are tentacle tongues too. That's like
It's deep.
He's just gonna go get him some ice
This
cream.
is like if Cthulhu and a European dragon had a baby.
This like primeval, like, oh.
Apparently, Teddy Roosevelt wanted to hunt the Snallygaster, so like
Primordial, even.
this is an old medieval kind of like dragon, but in America, so it's good.
I love it.
Hey, Fallout, you did not get a good image of what a Snallygaster looks like.
To be fair, Fallout is not portraying actual cryptids themselves. They are portraying mutants that happen to look a
Fair.
little bit like various cryptids that are
And then
known
we're
in
named
Virginia.
that way.
And so we're named after their...
Okay, so essentially, a Snallygaster is absolutely horrifying,
Yeah,
To the
imagine a
audience.
baby of a European dragon and Cthulhu.
but Cthulhu coming out of the mouth.
Okay, you're all describing this poorly.
Anyways, the reason I want to say like where it's from is one, because I really want to drive home the fact that these are all from America and it's great,
What?
but also for the listeners who might want to look it up and might need more than just the name Snallygaster.
Why are dragons from around the world, European dragons, Chinese dragons, Indian dragons, all these dragons, they look beautiful. And then America's over here like, look at our baby.
I'm sorry, have you seen old paintings of English dragons?
I have.
They're not beautiful
They look
in any
dope.
way.
This is
They look
horrifying.
so dorpy.
You are thinking of, like, the later dragons, Jamie. You're not thinking of, like...
I'm thinking
ye
like Canterbury
old,
Tales.
Like,
No, I'm thinking
we're
of those
talking
ones. I still think
we're
they look
talking
cool.
the Tarrasque.
Yeah, those still look better than this thing.
Mm.
The questing
Anyways.
beast.
Hell yeah.
Reese, if you want,
Yeah.
you could come up with a name for the owner of the junkyard. If you don't, I can always come up with one.
I want to come up with a name, but I think the Snallygaster.
Anyways, so that's the question I wanted to ask at the beginning.
Oh, I didn't get to answer it.
If you had an idea, yeah, but we can also move on and there'll be more opportunities
Oh, okay.
as we go around.
No, Matthew, answer it, because I didn't have
Yeah.
a good answer, so this will be
Alright.
the
Go
good
ahead.
end.
Well, I was just thinking, maybe like, I didn't mean to be like, oh, but I like.
That's
sorry.
fine.
Yeah.
That's the point of this game, to make places in the town. I just didn't want you to feel like you had to come up with an answer, but if you came up with one already, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like, so I guess Terry's version of that is that there was a drive-in movie theater that they were going to go to with their family, and they went with their family, and while they were there, they saw a werewolf, and they kind of talked a little bit with the werewolf and stuff and got to know the werewolf a little bit, but was really awkward and got a really big crush on them, and then they haven't seen the werewolf since. So that's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Big mood! Oh my god!
I'm gonna put this drive-in movie theater towards the edge of town because normally that's where they are.
Fair.
Big parking lot areas.
I'm looking up flower shop names for inspiration, and one of them is offering the Tilted Tulip, and my brain is like, I'll meet you at the Tilted Towers!
Ugh,
You see, everything's destroyed because I get so tilted at the towers.
the towers.
Every flower shop near me is called like the Rose Shop, the English Garden Florist. Why? These are so basic names.
The flower shop on Main Street where we live has a
Why is it called Flower Fetish?
Oh
Or,
goodness.
oh goodness. Matthew, do you have anything more to tell us about this movie theater and or the werewolf that you talked to that night?
So I just had that fledgling of an idea, but I can come up with more. I guess it's a drive-in movie theater, and so, but like, I don't know, Terry didn't really watch the movie much because they were at the concession stand and just happened to be just chatting with the werewolf. We'll say the werewolf's name is not is. I had a name and then it disappeared because stuff fell. Give me a second on that one.
Idea name for the flower shop. Petals to the Moon?
Petals to the moon. Love it. It's going.
Hell yeah.
I'm still thinking of the name of the Snallygaster.
Old man. That's perfect.
It's just old man. We forgot his name. He's been there for so long.
Old Man Higgins.
I was thinking I want like a weird one, but I want like a really weird one. Like a really weird last name. Like it needs to be really weird. I don't know why, but
Jamie, we just wrote down Rosie's dad number 1 and Rosie's dad number 2.
I have found the name. Okay, it's Coinen, which means little. It's Gaelic for little old wolf.
Okay, can you write that down?
That's cute.
Throw that in there because I can't
Yeah.
spell that.
I do like Brian for one of them.
Brian's just so good.
So
Cool.
this isn't a suburban dad name, but I'm really feeling it.
What?
Luther. Love it. So gay.
Also, Old Man Razzle is the name of the
Old Man
the smelly guy.
Razzle!
No,
I
that,
love
The
it.
smelly guy.
maybe
Old
that's his
Man-
nickname.
Well, Razzle
Nope.
is like the surname, but no one remembers the first name. He's been there
That's
for
just what they
so
call him.
long.
Everyone's like,
That's
that's
just
Old
what-
Man Razzle, works down at the junkyard.
What if his name is like? What if he goes by Old Man Razzle, but his real name is like John Stewart or something so basic like
Razzle
that?
dazzle. Give him the old He like tells stories of his old days when he was a disco dancer.
Oh my
I gave him the razzle
no one
dazzle.
listens to him enough to actually know what he was actually called. Like, you know it, how it's like, oh, my name's actually, and like something covers, but they all call me Old Man Razzle. Like,
Okay, to be fair, there is a moth person in this town whose name is Moth Kid. Like, your names do not have to be.
I would like to introduce you to Tessie Logness.
Exactly.
Brian and Luther named their kid Rosie Maple, which is also just their race, so...
I would like to say Daryl's name is Daryl Whaling, and Daryl means like screaming.
So, scream, scream.
Hi, my name is Terry.
Hi, it's Moon Moon.
I know.
We need a werewolf named Moon Moon.
Matthew, I want to hear a little bit more about Koinen.
Okay,
Maybe tell us about the night or something. Like, we're
about
chatting. Or
yeah. So
make us feel the loss of never seeing this werewolf again.
Why you gotta
It's
be-
all about the yearning.
So, Koinen and Terry honestly did not have like very many interests in common, and that's part of the reason why they didn't really stay in touch afterwards. But Terry still just had that like, you know, opposites attract sort of thing going on. So they just really latched onto them mentally, but they just haven't been able to, and they never got their first name. Or no, not that they did get their first name. So their name is Koinen. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
I get it. I'd also like to say I didn't believe opposites attract thing until I met my girlfriend, who is a jock.
Well, opposites attract also definitely applies when you just have a crush on someone.
Yeah, you always want what you don't have.
Yeah, and there was I don't know. Koinen was just very like outspoken because Terry's like a bit more of an observer, a bit more of a reactive sort of person. Like Koinen was very proactive, and there was just something about like the way that Koinen smiled that just drew Terry in, and yeah.
It's all about the gay yearning.
Well, Terry, whoever they are like crushing on, it's gay because
Yeah.
Terry is all of the genders.
Exactly.
So, there
exactly.
you go.
It's always going to be gay.
It's always gay.
It's all about the gay yearning, especially with Terry.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. All right.
I added a computer repair shop. That's where Luther works.
Ah,
Cool. Now, is it an actual shop, or is this like a job he runs out of his house?
I think it's like one of those tiny little shops that it looks like it's run out of a house, but it's still got like a little setup sign outside saying this is where it is and stuff. You know, those little
It's like
Main
one of those
Street.
pre-purposed
Yeah.
vintage houses.
Yeah, it's one of
Yeah.
those.
Cute. I like it. Well, we can always continue filling these out as we roleplay.
okay.
But I would like to kind of progress a little bit.
Yeah.
last we left off, you had just finished sneaking in and out of the school. And by now, it's probably about evening time because we started the first episode at, like, mid-afternoon. Early afternoon. So, it's been a bit of a wild day, running around town, walking, going hiking, sneaking into the school building on a Saturday and sneaking out of it.
Getting your head stuck in a door.
Yep. So, what are you guys doing now? Where are you?
That was the most terrifying thing I've ever done.
Yeah, I can't say I was the biggest fan of that either.
That was so fun.
Okay, so it's obviously shitty quality, this image. So my question is, how can we clear it up? Because I'm not a tech person. That is up to one of y'all. Because it's blurry as hell.
What kind of file is it on? Is it like a VHS recorded onto it?
It's a photo that Terry took.
Oh,
of
you didn't take an actual
the old
recording. That's right.
VHS tape.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I didn't want to yoink the VHS tape and like.
So, it's a picture of an old TV screen that's playing a VHS tape.
Oof.
It's not great.
No, that's why Tara was like, we need to at least somewhat fix this.
Zoom in enhance.
Yeah.
Well, I do have some editing software. I could see what I can do.
That would be phenomenal. Are we heading to Rosie's? Is that where we're going?
Are we gonna see Rosie's house? Are we gonna meet her
My
dad's?
gosh.
Can
Yeah,
we please meet our dad?
that seems like a good place to go.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an updated yearbook?
I do.
We could use that to find out the best match for the picture.
Alrighty. You'd have to stop in my house first. Keep a distance because my little sister is still getting used to her whole deal, so she screams a lot. She's still getting used to the whole death bringer thing. So
Oof.
keep a distance because your ears might bleed if you get a little too close.
Maybe we should think of a different place to go.
Yeah.
No, I said I need to stop there to get the yearbook. Then I will come out. I was just telling you to keep a distance.
Okay.
I will go in there.
You got that? You, for sure got this?
Yes.
Maybe we could all just head over there and then you could just split up and just go get it and then meet us back.
That is very true.
We could also go to your place and call one of my dads to pick us up so it's faster.
That is very true. We can absolutely do that. So, let's go to my place real quick.
Do I need to roll catch a ride?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And Jamie, if you wanted to roll catch a ride right now, you could actually use that to get around town.
Dope. Call my dad so I can get somewhere. Wait, why am I pulling out
Yeah.
a d20? Wrong one.
You're doing it.
For listeners, catch a ride when you need to travel quickly or a long distance and would prefer to use a vehicle, roll plus prep. And the reason I'm making Rosie roll is because their dads might be busy working, so we gotta check.
That's a 10.
Oh, dope.
It's a 10. Your dad's off work.
Yeah, you find someone willing to take you and your friends wherever you like. Let's see.
Which dad are you calling?
I feel like the flower shop probably closes earlier, so it's probably Brian.
Brian?
Brian!
Alright, would you like me to play Brian?
Do you want me to play Brian?
I can play Brian, I just wanted to check.
Yeah, you can play Brian.
Alright.
I imagine him to be like a really soft dude. Like Rosie gets all of their wants and like what they want to do with their life from Luther, but Rosie gets a lot of their personality from Brian.
Which dad from Dream Daddy are we talking here?
Oh shoot, I don't know them that well.
I'm kidding.
My
One moment,
mind
I'm
went
Googling.
I know which one. I know which one my mind went to is the goth one.
The goth? No, that's Luther.
No, Luther's a big buff boy.
No, yeah.
Oh.
So my mind went to the goth one because he's actually a softie. So that's what I imagined.
We do not have to.
I don't know them well
I
enough.
literally-
I didn't finish watching that
Yeah.
game.
Okay, so
Okay, so he's a softie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brian picks up the phone. Hey, sweetie.
Hi, Dad. We need to pick up some stuff from my friend's place and then come back to yours. But it's getting really late. Can you drive us?
Oh, sure. Let me just check real quick with Audrey, and kind of goes away. Hey, Audrey, is it alright if I pick up my little girl? She needs a ride. Some of her friends want some. Oh, yeah, sure. You got it? Cool. Oh, yeah, sweetie, I can go pick you up. Where are you right now?
Thank you. We're on our way from the old high school to Dare's house. We're in between there. What street are we on, guys?
it's
We're
on.
on Chestnut Lane. Ask him if his car is big enough for me.
That is a good question. That's what it says.
Nah, you have to walk. I'm just
no.
kidding. I'm sorry.
I don't even.
I'm joking. I'm sorry.
I don't have legs.
You might need to take oh shoot. I need to decide what their dad names for each of them are.
They should have a minivan.
They probably do have a minivan, but
Minivan.
let's see.
My mind went Shelly, and I don't know why.
Shelly? What?
I don't know for like the car, like
Oh, I'm
building
not trying to
cars.
think of a car name. I'm trying to think of the dad terms that Rosie uses for Brian and Luther.
Papa.
Normally, it's just two different variations of dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think of what would
Pops,
be best for
daddy.
them.
I
Dad.
normally do Dad and Papa in my mind, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm thinking Luther's gonna be Papa, and Brian is Rosie's a sweetheart. It's Daddy.
Aww, you're so adorable.
You might need to take Papa's car. I don't know if the minivan would fit. I think the truck would be better.
Thank you.
Oh, do you have Tessie with you? You two are just so cute. Yeah, I'll be there in just a minute.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you, Rosie.
Drive safe, Daddy.
I will.
And Darius was like, "Alrighty, we're heading."
And then there's like a whole minute where they haven't hung up because they're just staring at the phone.
And they're still going ahead towards it's not a big house, but it's a bit larger. It's definitely at the end of the street because it's a Banshee family. So I would like to say it is called the Wailing Manor, just because their family's been there for a good while, and it's just everyone knows that's where the Banshees are. Like that's where that Banshee family is.
It's one of those big family houses where like everyone lives there.
Aren't
Yeah.
banshees already like undead?
That's what I said last time.
Actually, no, they're considered a type of fae.
Okay. I suppose it depends on the banshee.
It really
Yeah.
does, and so this is where the Wailing Manor is, and where they've lived for generations, and it's really vague so that it can echo more inside the house. A lot of people do Ding Dong Ditch just because they're so scared to actually approach it, just because at random times you hear screaming.
Oh no, no one actually ding dong ditches it for the sake of being an asshole. They ding dong ditch because they're too afraid to actually stay
Yeah.
there.
Exactly. That's
Just let them
why.
know that they dropped by, but you can't hang around long because the baby might start screaming.
And anything will start screaming. Yeah.
I wanted to include something. So,
Mhm.
part of the residential area has a cemetery because, people die. And there's quite a few ghosts that I guess just live at the cemetery. If you got a nice mausoleum, you don't need
Mhm.
a house anymore. It's cool. I'd say this Wailing Manor is probably close to that because it's been
Yeah.
so old. And
Yeah.
it also helps give that bit of extra landscape between you and the rest of the residential area.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got the extra, like, spooky environment there.
Yeah, like those really like kind of really big houses that aren't like mansions, but they're really big and they're really fancy.
Yeah,
looking.
manners.
Yeah, that's why it's called the Wailing Manor. So Dare is there, and he turns and he goes, if you see like a little redhead sticking like with like red eyes, kind of looking through, ignore it. That's my little sister.
Also, quick question. Sorry. Don't banshees only scream when someone nearby is gonna die?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're in a town of cryptids, and there are a lot of things that die or are undead.
Okay, cool. Just had a quick question about that.
Like, they never actually like specify what nearby means. So.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
So that's why they're kind of in the corner of town by the graveyard too.
Cool.
So Dare just goes, "That's my little sister. She's just she's terrified because she thinks everyone is a ghost right now. It's a thing. It's a thing. So if you see her, don't freak out because she looks really creepy." And Dare just faces through. Wait, I need to see if I actually face through the door or not.
You mean to face through it and you just bump your face into it?
I mean, yeah. So that's a 7. So he got through just enough to get through the front door. And immediately from inside, you just hear, "Dare, is that you? Man, shut up, I'm just grabbing the yearbook." Like, you just hear, it's so loud. That house is always so loud. And
It
Dare,
just
like,
shakes the house.
yeah. Then Dare just rushes up, and then you hear, "Stop it! Oh my God! Stop being in my room!" And then you hear a door slam.
It's a very drafty house because there's like
Yeah,
one pane of glass that's not shattered.
No.
Oh no.
No, and it's an echoey house too. And then from the second, like the smallest like window, you see Dare coming out. Hold on, I have to roll that again. Oh my God.
To climb through a window.
Wait, if you're coming out a window, you should be fine.
Yeah, he comes out of the small little like window holding a book, and he's like, "I told you I could get it."
Did you steal that from your sibling?
No, I'm at the school all the time. They just gave me one.
Why are you crawling out of a window?
That's my room.
But why are you crawling out of a window?
Because they're right by the door, and the moment they open it, they're gonna scream in my face. I don't need that little. You know those human horror movies where like the little kids are like, "Come play with us." That's my sisters. Always.
They sound fun.
Always. They're terrifying. Dare just goes, "Alrighty, so here you go." And that's going to be what my spirit point's going towards is making the yearbook, because I got one
Hell yeah.
from the junkyard, so it's going to be making the yearbook.
Cool. Did you take that off the spirit points yet?
I have no clue where that's listed on mine.
I'll take it off.
So the spirit points are shared, so
Yeah, it's
they're on
on
the
the
Nostalgia
Nostalgia
Town
Town.
Okay. Yeah,
Did you add the ones that I did for my stuff, or was
Yeah.
I supposed to add them?
I added them.
Okay.
Okay. So Dare goes, "Alrighty, so there we go. That works. Now let's go head to Rosie's place.
Yeah.
I'll wait for their dad."
So you don't have to wait too long for Brian to show up. It's not that much of a drive.
Hi, Daddy!
And he leans at the door and he's like, "Hi, sweetie."
Hi.
Thank
like-
you.
He waves to you guys. Hop in.
Rosie hops straight into the side door and just goes straight into the middle seat and kisses their dad on the cheek.
I would like to roll just actually a dinosaur to just like do a beautiful, majestic free willy leap into the back of the truck.
Oh god,
'Cause this is-
don't break my dad's car!
This is
No,
what I'm
it's fine.
about right now.
It's a truck. It's got suspension. It's good.
She feels alive. She feels reckless. She wants to do things. Oh no. I got a 5.
Oh no.
Oh
She's like scrambling to get into the truck, but
Oh,
she can't.
It's like when a seal tries to hop up on a rock and doesn't
Yeah.
quite make it and just
She
has to keep on
can't.
flopping. as they slide
She's
back
like-
down.
She's so embarrassed. She's like really flustered and she
Oh, no.
feels really bad. Like she's doing her best to like try and wiggle her way up, but like she's thinking that people are watching her and that just makes her more self-conscious, so she just like can't slide in.
Oh.
And this is like flopping
Ah.
around.
Brian hops out of the car, and he goes around to the back. He's like, "Oh, that's my fault. I didn't drop down the tail for you."
Thanks. Sorry.
And he unhooks the back of the truck's tail and flops it down to help you get in.
Thank you.
Darren just is already sitting on top. He's like, "Let's go before my sisters get out here. Let's go."
If it means anything, Tessie, you're really cute when you wiggle.
She
They're saying that like through the back window.
rolls up into a ball and she does not answer.
Oh no!
Sad seal sounds.
Oh no!
Brian notices your umbrella. He's like, "Do you need to sit inside? Got an extra seat in the front?"
Yes, that would be nice. that would be nice.
Yeah, so in the front of the truck, it's Brian with Rosie in the middle, and then Terry, and then everyone else in the back.
Terry is a little bit squished because Rosie and Brian also are very fluffy and have giant wings.
Dare is on the top of the truck, like the not like the back, on the top.
Okay.
I just don't want to be sunburned, you know?
Yeah.
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 Brian leans over to you, Rosie, and hands you a pink rose. He's like, "Here you go, sweetie. Brought this for you."
I don't know how to give this to her without her knowing. Rosie like looks through the back window, sees that Tessie is just kind of curled up, and like
Yes.
sticks the like takes off the is it a thorned rose or is it already dethorned?
It's already dethroned.
Okay, so they just kind of gently place it onto your head and like quickly pull back.
She is like completely. She's doing that animal thing of where they have become an oval, like a dense, packed oval.
Oh no!
And she is too deep in her mistakes to have noticed this.
Brian like holds up his hand for a little high five.
Rosie gently high fives quietly.
He's like, "Yeah, you got this."
I high-five myself.
Terry over in the corner just like,
Getting squished even more by the wings as Rosie's moving.
No, no!
I've made my mistake.
You know what? I won't get sunburned in here, so...
Yeah, if anything, you're being shielded by the wings.
Yeah.
Brian drives you all back to your guys' house. Don't have to worry about anyone pulling you over for no seatbelts because this is a small town and it's chill.
I mean, yeah. Also, half the population is like undead. Do they really have to worry about car safety?
Nah.
Terry steps out of the car and you're just kind of covered in pollen and fluff.
Pretty sure we've been friends for a while, so like I'm
Yeah.
sure that Terry's just used to like riding in the front and getting fluff all over them.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
Is Papa home yet?
Should be home soon. I was gonna start working on dinner after I got off work.
Okay. Guys, did you want to stay for dinner?
I would like to try to eat dinner.
Oh, yeah.
well,
Yeah, that would be nice. I just have to call my mom and let her know.
I'm gonna text my mom real quick
Okay.
and find out.
Do we have enough groceries for friends over, Daddy?
We should. I can call Honey and make sure he brings a little more.
Yay!
Don't worry too much about at least my plate. If I can't end up eating it, I can give it to one of them. It's touch and go for me.
Brian nods. How does casserole sound for everyone?
Rosie claps her hands.
Tessie is starving. She is a large creature that needs to eat a lot, and all she's had is a little bit of Rosie's coffee today. So this all sounds fantastic.
And a rose you found on your head.
Oh, that got like blown off.
Oh, no!
She's in the back of the truck.
No!
She didn't notice it was lost.
Rosie
Lost
looks
the
really
time.
sad for some reason.
Tessie does not notice.
No!
Casserole it is.
Rosie's checking the back of the truck for the rose.
I'm going to make this so difficult for you.
How dare you?
Can I say that Dare grabbed it before it flew away?
No,
You were on the
man.
top.
You would have had to
I'm
roll.
on top. Yeah, I can roll. I'm on
It's
top.
gone. It's lost forever.
No, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll. Screw that.
It's gone forever.
Sounds like Riley wants this pretty bad to
I
be gone
need
forever.
it to be gone forever.
I'm fine with
Oh.
the slow burn.
You guys are at Rosie's house now. Are you gonna, like, hang out in her bedroom while you...
Yeah.
There.
It's she, her, or they, them.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
So their house is kind of like in the suburbs, but not like the new suburbs and not the old Main Street suburbs. It's like right in the middle. It's been there for a few years, but it's not vintage.
To be fair, I don't think there is a new suburbs in this town.
That's fair.
That's very
It
fair.
probably doesn't grow too fast. So I guess this would technically be the new suburbs.
It was the new suburbs at one point.
Yeah.
It's cute 1950s house.
Yeah.
maybe.
So we're gonna go do classic spy movie stuff in my bedroom.
Oh. Okay. You gotta take your mission if you choose to accept it.
It's more
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo than she's making it seem.
Awesome.
We're gonna hack the government.
No.
Sounds fun. Maybe don't do that.
With my hacking skills.
Dear God, I wish.
I got skills.
Again, very Scooby-Doo. It's extremely Scooby-Doo.
They probably watch Scooby-Doo.
I
Yeah.
mean, I have referenced it so many times. It has to be Tessie's favorite cartoon at
Oh no!
this point. At least one of them.
Rosie leads you up to their bedroom.
Brian goes into the kitchen singing the Mission Impossible theme.
Yes! I love him.
They're so big.
Tessie manages to squeeze herself in. This is a practice routine. Like, she's been here often enough that she's kind of figured out a science to it. And so she is able to, with a great deal of difficulty, make it in.
She could also just sit outside and put her head through the window.
So Riley, this is a genuine question. Like, how big actually, like, is Tessie? Like,
She's pretty big, and no, she's not looking in through the window because that's easy and the coward's way out.
Also, Rosie would not allow that. Rosie is having you in their
No.
room.
like, if you were to compare it to an animal, because you said she's been able to fit into places, but it's still, like, tight, and so I don't imagine everything's, like, super small just because of that, but you've said that it's been, like, sometimes a little tight, so I'm trying to, it's hard for me to visualize.
Like, so she can fit in the back of the truck if she squeezes.
So, like,
Horse size? Elephant size?
I was about to say a little bit smaller than a horse or a cow.
I was thinking, elephant seal size.
Definitely a bit bigger than that.
I was thinking elephant seals because they're bigger than normal seals. They're, like, pretty big.
Oh, that's I'm thinking of like a sea lion.
No,
yeah,
elephant seal.
no,
That's
an
what-
elephant seal is actually probably about right.
Okay,
Just
okay.
Huge,
with
yeah.
a longer neck and a longer tail.
That's what I was thinking. It's
Yeah.
just I wanted to make sure because of the way the description's been. I've been like, I don't know. So there we go.
Like, we've described that people could ride on her back, but she can fit into the back of the truck. So about
Yeah,
there.
those things are big.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
When you go into Rosie's room, you all can tell that Tessie has been here a lot and Rosie has made accommodations because there's like a thick blanket laid over a beanbag that has been like formed to make kind of like a chaise for Tessie on against one wall.
Yay! She wiggles into her favorite spot. She's comfy. Yeah! I love this. Yeah!
Dare always is sitting in the place that, like, normally if he would sat there, he would, like, break something if he was still alive. So that's where Dare always ends up sitting, because he's not heavy enough.
Yeah, what do you guys do?
Rosie sits down at their computer and, like, turns it on, flicks on all this stuff. I want to say they have 2 computer screens, but also I don't know if they have enough money for that. So probably just one.
I mean, if their dad also repairs computers, they would have a lot of, like,
That's
pieces that they
fair.
would put together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people probably
Yeah.
bring it in and then
Yeah.
he just, like, buys new stuff for them. And
Probably like
Yeah.
an older,
Yeah, it's an older one.
monitor. It's not like the top of the line, but somebody
Yeah.
brought it in and it wasn't worth selling again.
Rosie
so-
has 2 different branded monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I do too.
One slightly bigger than the other. So they turn on all that, and they turn to Dare, and they're just like, "Can you email me the image?"
Terry has a picture. I
Oh,
don't have a phone.
yeah. Terry, can you email me the image?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I send you an email real quick of the image. Yeah, and I don't know. Also, Terry's just gonna vibe. Like I'm gonna
Are you just laying on the
say I'm
bed?
just gonna vibe. Yeah, I'm just gonna lay on the bed. That's fine.
That's a big mood, honestly.
It's really fluffy.
Tessie's neck is long enough that she can put her head on the bed with Terry, even though the rest of her body is on the beanbag.
I would like to say that because Dare cannot physically actually sit on them, Dare sitting, like, where he's placed is, like, on the monitors, but he can't
Oh,
do, not in front of them, like on top, because he can't break them.
you stop that.
He just is sitting there with, like, looking down.
I know you're not physically doing anything, but it bothers me.
And he just moves a little bit higher, so it's like...
Tessie starts swatting her tail through you in an effort to get you to move.
Dare has lost so much meaning of, like, perception and everything.
Yeah, she's like she would be smacking your head with her tail, like if you were physical. She's just like swatting through. She's like, "You heard, Rosie. You have to get off.
I moved. I'm floating. I am not touching the monitor.
No,
I want to
higher."
see.
Okay.
I don't want to get stuck
Rosie,
through
what
the
are you
wall.
doing right now?
Rosie is probably pulling up a photo editing system. It's probably not Adobe because that's expensive.
It's called like Cradobe, and
Cradobe.
it's like it's the cryptid, weirder version of Adobe.
You can,
Somehow still,
Why would cryptids have a different version of Adobe?
because
don't
it's
know.
cheaper.
To do
yeah,
cryptid
it's cheaper.
stuff.
It's cheaper and
There's
more
not like a full
inclusive.
cryptid society making their own programs. They use human stuff. Like
No, but they made their own Adobe.
It's a special one that their dad made.
Yeah,
It's
there
more
we go.
inclusive
There we go.
to those with different appendages.
Oh my god, guys. It's a special photo editing system that their dad has been creating. It's still in the beta phases, but as like testing, they let Rosie use it, and the main thing about it is for unblurring photos of cryptids, because sometimes when you take a photo of a cryptid, like a selfie, it's just blurred for some reason because you're a cryptid.
Oh my god,
That's
yes,
perfect,
that's
and I
beautiful.
love it.
Just a thing
I love that.
So this is how to unblur your selfies.
it's like an anti-paranormal, like
Yeah.
emitter.
Any cryptid hunter's dream would be this program.
Yeah, it's just been something that Luther has been working on in his spare time.
Yeah. Can I add something to that then?
Yeah.
I want to say that sounds much bigger than a spare time thing. I want to say that Luther like works with a bigger kind of like cross America cryptid company that like there's not many of these, but there is a couple, and it's basically the same as like working for the government,
Okay.
but the cryptid
So he does
version.
kind
If
of like
this
a long
technology
distance
ever
job,
got out.
half-time, and part-time
Yeah.
works at a computer repair shop.
Yeah.
You gotta have the setup for the
If
ghost.
this technology ever got out, cryptid society would be ruined.
Well, to be fair, it's probably run mostly by lizard people, and as we all know, lizard people have infiltrated the government. So,
How dare you?
They're already
How
here.
actually dare you?
lizard
You would
people
not
is
be
an
surprised.
American cryptid because they were made in 1998 by an American writer.
What? What?
Well, not really made, but okay. In 1998 is the first like major reference to a lizard people in this book called The Biggest Secret by David Icke, and basically that's when people first really started getting into the theory of lizard people infiltrating the government. There's not too many references before 1998,
Ah.
but that's when people like really hopped on the bandwagon to.
Also,
Anyway,
You know
lizards are
that
dope.
meme that's like, I guess that's kind of what.
So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Luther's working on a bigger project.
Dope.
But you know, there's the small like business he likes to run in town because why not?
So I know I just declared that that's a thing. So do I have to spend a spirit point for that?
No,
Oh, okay.
if anything, I'll give you a spirit point because it prompted the whole.
Dope. Great. Love it. So Rosie pulls that up and starts like working on the photo.
Yeah. I think I'd like you to roll. I think this would count as I know this one because you're comparing the photo to the yearbook.
Let's see. I know this one. Yeah, probably.
Could I possibly help? Oh wait, no, it would be not help out. It would be the
Lend a hand.
yeah, that. Lend a hand. Oh
I
no,
mean,
it's
you
that.
should explain how you're helping.
Dare knows the yearbook a bit better because Dare goes to the high school still, like visits it often. Like the school gave him the yearbook because he's still like, even though he graduated, he's also at the same time still a student because that's his main haunt.
Are you just having someone else like hold the yearbook for you and flip through the pages and you're like comparing the
I
the
think as a
faces
ghost,
to-
he can flip pages of a book pretty
Yeah.
easily.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could just like use mystical wind to flip
Like
a
as
page.
long as it's open on the counter, flipping pages is just
Yeah,
like
the biggest part is really more things that like the reason why he had trouble with the coffee is because that had a liquid inside it.
Yeah.
Like if it was just the cup itself,
throwing a book would be a harder activity, but just flipping pages, that's a normal ghost thing.
yeah. If it was just the book, if it was just like the cup itself, he could move it. But because the cup had liquid, it's like it's really confusing, and he has trouble
Yeah.
with certain things.
Yeah. I think most coordinated activity is gonna be
So,
difficult. But yeah, you
so
can
you're
roll lend a
rolling-
hand.
Oh God, Dare doesn't have Gus. That's a 7.
Nice.
All right, +1 forward. Something goes wrong.
Well, I'll figure that out after.
Something goes wrong. We'll figure out what goes wrong.
Oh, so it doesn't affect just
Ro-
them. It also affects the end roll.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, yikes.
Well, it's
I
kind
think-
of like all together because you're helping on a roll.
I think I know how it goes wrong. If you would allow me to say that and offer it.
Yeah, but
Um,
I'd also like you to roll first because, it could go extra
Yeah.
wrong.
No, I got a 10 plus the
Okay.
1.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a 9.
All right. But yeah, if you have an idea for what's go wrong,
Yeah, I think like as they're finishing up doing the project, like they're almost done. They're right there, and then it freezes.
No.
So
I felt
it
that.
doesn't like crash and close down. It just
No.
freezes on the final project.
it's just that freeze where you're like, it's there, you can see it, but it's not doing anything, and you know the only way to solve it is to turn off the computer and restart.
Yeah. So we just have to stare at this. We can't zoom or anything.
All right.
Okay, so what?
So you take 2 hold, Where can I get or find blank? What is cool or interesting about blank? What's rarely known about blank? How can I use apply blank? Is this information true or false? What would be good questions for this? Where can I find this person? Or this cryptid?
Yeah, probably part of that, and then...
I'll ask my second one after we answer that.
So your question is, where can you find the cryptid in the photo?
Yeah.
Well, you know...
I guess like a simpler version of that is, do we know who it is?
Yeah.
Were we able to find them in the book?
Yeah. Going through, the photo's not very clear, even with all the editing, considering it's like from a security camera and not at the right angle.
It's still in early phases too.
Yeah, you can like clarify the picture all you want. You're not going to be able to turn the camera to see the face, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
But you can tell that. Well, obviously, one, they are stealing from the towns. They must be in the town and know how to get in. So that's one part of where can you find. And I'd say you can pretty much, like, by process of elimination, narrow out a decent portion of the yearbook, but not all of it, considering.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do they look like?
Like, outline-wise.
Yeah, this is a meta question. I'm asking.
Yeah, like, this is just something you're looking at the photo, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the person in the photo is, you can tell they're rather... I mentioned before, they're a little bit tall, little bit of a obscured shape. It's, like, kind of hard to see a full outline, considering they're kind of bulky, and appear to be wearing, like, a large sweater, and it's drawn up over their head. But it's humanoid shape, rather large, so that pretty much rules out anything that's not humanoid and anything that's smaller cryptid.
So we know
Yeah.
it's not Tessie.
First of all, how dare
Yeah,
you?
you can pretty much rule out any sort of... You can rule out any sort of water monster, like the Dover demons, maybe a decent portion of the ghosts and undeads and stuff, if they're normal human-sized. That kind of stuff.
And where was the photo taken? Like, what camera was it from? Do they know, or did they just see some random kid running around at night?
I'd say it's from, like, the hallway outside of the storage room. There's probably not one, like, directly in the storage room.
Okay, so it was by the storage room.
Yeah. That was something that Terry specifically made sure to do, is to find the VHS that says that.
I'm not sure what my second question would be. How can I use or apply this? I don't know.
Yeah. I'll give you that one, because what you could do is, now that you've narrowed it down, you could just visit each one, or keep an eye and stalk each one, or...
Then just be like, hey, did you rob anything recently?
Oh my god, just dare with, like, the lamp and be like, interrogation time.
Yeah. I'll say, maybe the sweater was, like, very obviously a school sweater. So you know that they are a student, so you can pretty much, like, now that you've narrowed down in the yearbook and stuff, you can use those as hints.
Is there a way we can tell, like, what grade they were in?
No, I'd say your pool of possibilities is kind of vague.
All right, so it's not like a private school. It's a little closer to a public school.
Yeah.
Terry's gonna go leave and go ask for some bread. Just some whole wheat bread.
Yeah.
They probably have whole wheat bread.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Do they? They're bugs. They probably want the sweetest bread possible. They might just have white bread.
Oh no.
Honey wheat is pretty sweet.
Yeah, but it's like a healthy sweet, which is different.
See, like, they're moths, but they're
Honeyweed's so
also,
good.
like, cryptids, and you don't have to be
Yeah.
that, like...
Brian probably insists on getting the healthier bread, even though both Rosie and Luther want the just cardboard white
Sweets.
bread.
Yeah. I am going to have to make a list of the suspects, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can offer names because Dare does go to the school. So
Yeah,
like to
I wonder
offer
if-
some names.
Derek could probably
I'm
make a
gonna say-
roll.
Yeah, I could probably do would that be considered use your eyes because it's like your experience of the world? Like
No.
Yeah.
This is going to be included in the I know this one, because
Oh.
you're comparing to the yearbook,
Okay.
and you did
Cool.
help, so
Yeah.
this is both of your knowledges, basically.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I need to stop and, like, before next session, make a list of your possible
Okay.
subjects.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that Terry doesn't get whole wheat bread, but instead gets a can of beans.
What?
And just comes back with a can of beans and just eats them out
What
the
kind
can.
of beans? Like green beans? Pinto beans?
Oh
my
black
gosh.
beans.
You just go down into the kitchen,
Black beans are
like,
so
where Brian
good.
is, and you're like, is there anything higher in iron? And Brian's like, check the pantry? Yeah, grab any snack you want, and you come out with a can of beans, and Brian's just like,
Do you have a can
Yeah.
opener?
I just cook up a can of beans and just open it up, put it in a bowl, and just heat it up. Get
You
some
Oh,
can heat
thank
it up.
God. You're not just eating it
I
cold
was,
out of
yeah,
a
I
can.
was very
I thought
horrified.
you were
Yeah,
straight
no.
up, like, Rorschach, eating beans
Yeah,
out of
when
the
you said
can.
I was just eating out of the can, I was terrified.
No. Heating them
Thank
up. Heating
goodness.
them up and then putting them in a bowl.
That makes it slightly better.
Terry is not a monster. Well.
I hate this.
Yeah, you guys have got your list. You're all standing around it, all, like, super serious and cool, and then you just hear downstairs, Rosie, it's dinner time, bring your friends down.
Ooh, guys, food.
I just heated up some beans.
You can eat the beans with it. And I'm gonna roll I don't believe in doors because Dare's gonna just phase through the door.
Oh
Dare's
my
gonna be
gosh.
like,
Face through the floor.
oh my god, that'd be funnier. No, I'm gonna do that. Just face through the
If you fail, you are totally just gonna fall and just thump onto the ground.
No, if I fail, it says you managed to get through to see enough to see, but you get stuck and your presence
Oh,
is very
God.
obvious and you look like a dumbass.
Oh god.
So he would be stuck halfway through the floor. So he just like dives towards the floor and that's a 12.
12,
Nice.
alright.
So he just dives like straight up, and what he does, and he lands in the, he like dives a little past the chair, but then pops back up and sits, and he goes, hello.
And does like a quadruple flip in the whole process.
He doesn't even need to do that. It's so cool just to see him like dive. It's like a perfect dive, zeroing in on a chair.
Just knows where his chair is gonna be.
Like a swimmer's dive.
Yeah, straight up like that.
Brian, like, already has the chair pulled out because he knows you, and
He knows where Dare sits and has fallen multiple times in the past, and so has just placed a chair there.
oh yeah, I'm sure, like, in
I
the
mean-
past when he's messed up, like, the chair has just gone, like, slamming against the floor as it falls backwards. He hits, like, the table and knocks a few things over. Like, Brian's used
Yeah,
to this.
no, and also like even when Dare wasn't a ghost, Dare would like jump down the stairs. Dare is one of those people who
Oh,
has so
no.
much energy. He would just like jump down the stairs and like overestimate stuff. So like
Oh,
he's
God.
crashed into that chair a lot. He's helped fix that chair a lot. That is Dare's chair.
And I'm sure Brian's fine with it because you're the one that, like, gets all the friend group together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dare's why friends. Dare's like, yeah, I make sure we all actually interact.
And Luther's there too.
Hi, Papa.
Hi, sweetie, how was your day?
Hi.
It was fun. We're doing spy stuff. I used your new your project. It works really well, and then it crashed.
I'll have to take a look at it, see what caused that.
Yeah, it just froze though. It's not like a full everything shut down crash, so it's still kind of running.
Alright.
It's probably just a glitch. I don't know much about computer stuff. I know some. But yeah.
Well, Rosie, sweetie, we're gonna have to look at it after dinner.
Yeah. I have a few ideas, though, so I can go over that with you later.
It is at this point that Tessie makes it down the stairs.
Which is a lot easier than getting up the stairs.
It's true.
Yeah.
She could just kind of like seal belly slide down the stairs, but she would pick up enough speed that she doesn't want to damage the house.
I feel like you would probably also get rug burn.
So she had to very carefully kind of wiggle her way down.
Tessie, come sit next to me.
There's a whole casserole pan just for Tessie.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a second casserole pan for everyone else. And then a fruit salad that's more of like a Waldorf salad.
Yeah.
For the moths. And then, yeah, it's a real nice meal.
I'm just gonna go bat mode engaged and just fly down there.
Oh, yeah! Dare, says, Tessie, you're still hungry and I can't manage to pick it up. You can have mine.
Tessie, like, lifts up her head, just, has devoured 3/5 of the casserole at this point, and just, like, big snake tongue just, like, flicks out and grabs a crumb off her face and darts it back into her mouth, and she's like, that would be great, thank you.
Oh, just like a gecko.
Oh yeah, Tessie's drink is like a full-on mixing bowl just filled with water. Like,
just plunges face into it.
I want to do a quick description of Luther real quick because I haven't introduced him.
Do it.
Yes.
So he is also a Rosie Maple Moth. Biological.
I thought it was a lunar moth.
No, that's Brian.
Brian is lunar moth.
Luther is the biological father of Rosie.
Okay.
And he is this really big guy. Like, if a moth could be jacked, that's him.
And then there's fur on top of that.
I have written down, looks like he could crush your skull with one hand.
Oh no!
Big boy.
Yeah, he's a big stubborn guy, but also he's a really big pushover when concerning his husband and his kid. So he's like really soft around them. Big burly, like could stare down another jacked man. And that's Luther.
A huge yak man?
How dare you? How dare you? You're under arrest. I've been the cops the whole time. You're going to jail.
I would like to see. I'm gonna have for. I need to do the brawn over brains right now.
Okay.
Because Dare's going to attempt.
Oh no.
You saw what happened last time. Okay, so that is an 8. So you see, Dare picks up the fork, but then drops it, and this happens for a good minute until he finally gets it. He goes, aha! And he stabs it and takes a bite. He goes, I missed this.
And Terry's just sitting there eating a can of beans.
Experience listeners, it's end credits time. I know you love hearing this part, but I like to remind you guys that you can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, and even TikTok. And if you like to buy the music, you can buy it all at markexperience.bandcamp.com. We also have a constantly growing collection of merch at redbubble.com/people/mark-experience, where you can buy posters and shirts and stickers and all that. If you want to support your favorite editor and musician, you can head over to my Coffee account at coffee.com/Jamie Remy. That's spelled JAMIEREMY. Mark Experience can be located basically anywhere podcasts exist now, so you can listen wherever's easiest. See you next episode!
So yeah, I've got a Twitch account, and I just play games on it, mostly Magic at the current moment, and it would be super cool if you went out there and joined it. It's twitch.tv/xboy56, all in lower caps, and boy with an I. I'm just trying things out, so yeah, come join me. I've also got a Discord on there. I'm always on it, so yeah.
We lost Terry.
Oh no!
Terry! Matthew!
Matthew?
Matthew.
Matthew!
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 Matthew!